It's February, guys. Happy February 1st. It is 2121. Bet you didn't think about that yet, did ya? Well, now you have. I just wanted to show you the new calendar for social studies. Thank you to Mrs. Jablonski and Tech Ventures for teaching me how to use Pixlr E via the tutorial videos. And I put together a little dog collage for you guys to just remind you to smile, even under the mask. All right, you want to see my own little puppy over here? Okay, why not? Hello, everyone. This is Goku. Goku, you want to say hi? Goku, come on. Oh, you woke me up from my nap. All right, he's just a tired wolf. So that's Goku. All right, let's jump to February 1st. All right, here we are. Learning target today, I can define justice and think critically about law and order. So those are three really big words. And to start us off this morning, our question of the day, we wanted to get you guys thinking about justice and fairness and law. What do those words mean? If I could direct your attention to this picture right here, this is Lady Justice, and just kind of an iconic image of justice and the symbolism of that. She's actually a Roman piece of art that followed after a Greek goddess. So she dates way back. But you'll see this commonly. She's got a sword. She's got, that's called a scale. And so those are scales that you can see. You'd put the same amount on both sides and it'd be balanced. If it wasn't, it'd go like this or like this. And I'm sure you've seen those before, maybe in the movies. We don't use them today, but still a very prominent symbol of justice or law and order. So for your question of the day, just wanted to get your thoughts and ponder three different words. So when you read the word law, what does it make you think of? When you read the word justice, what does it make you think of? And when you read the word fair, what does it make you think of? For me, when I think of justice, I'm kind of a nerd. I like superheroes. I think of the Justice League. Or I think of a big gavel when I think of law. Boom, boom. Court is in session. Think of those type of things. So go ahead and make sure you respond to the question of the day, and then we're going to jump into our lesson. So I'm going to set this up for you. As we talk about later this week, the Code of Hammurabi and the ancient laws, we also want to apply that to today. So today's lesson, you're kind of thinking through two different cases, case A and case B. And we are deciding, are they fair? There's a little bit of a debate going on today. You guys are going to be in two different groups, and you're each going to have a side assigned to you, all right? And you're going to talk about it and discuss it as a class, right? And I'm going to give all that to you. But we want to be thinking about these words: justice, fairness, law, okay? So let's jump to case A, okay? Now, before we get started, I would like you to divide up into two groups. And I think the easiest way to do this would be to split the class in half. So if everyone just stays seated, we want to be respectful of the classroom and the distance. So if everyone stays seated and you split the class right in half, one side, I'd like you to be group 1, and one side, I'd like you to be group 2. So if you could do that really quick, go ahead and pause my video. Decide how you're going to split up into these two groups. Awesome. Okay, great, guys. Let's start with case A. So if you look here to the left of the screen, I'm going to read case A to you. All right, Eddie. All right, so we've got young Eddie at 15 years old. Eddie is caught shoplifting a cell phone at Verizon. Eddie is 15 years old. It is a first offense. The police call his parents, and Eddie returns the phone. There will be no criminal record. All right, so picture in your head, young Eddie, age 15, gets out of school. He's feeling pretty sweet today. He's got his new kicks on. That cute girl that lives down the street, she said hi to him, and she liked his picture on, Instagram. And so now there's this thing between them, and you know how that goes. So he's feeling pretty good. He sees the Verizon store, and the door's open, no one's inside. So he just goes in and he shoplifts a cell phone, right? He shoplifts the iPhone 12 Max Pro. And it's a first offense, right? So the police catch him. He's not very fast. The police catch him, calls parents. Eddie returns the phone, but there is no criminal record. Now, let's judge whether this is a fair handling of the case. Let's move on. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little direction as to how we're going to do this. All right, group 1 and group 2. Are you ready? Group 1, whoever's writing down notes, whoever's the scribe, go ahead and write this down. This is your stance. Is it fair to Eddie? Group 1, you say yes. Is it fair to Verizon? Group 1, you say no. And is it fair to society? Group 1, you say yes. Okay? Now, group 2. Is it fair to Eddie? You say no. Is it fair to Verizon? You say yes. And is it fair to society? Your stance is no. All right? Now, please provide a strong case to support your answer, whether it's yes for group 1 or no for group 2. Think about it. Is this fair to Eddie? Okay. Should Eddie get off scotch-free for shoplifting the iPhone 12 Pro Max from Verizon? All right? Group 1, is it fair to Eddie? You say yes. Why? Why is it fair to Eddie? Group 2, you say no, it's not fair to Eddie. That's not fair. And why do you say that? We're curious. You have a timed 5 minutes to collaborate with your group. You'll have 2 minutes to present your argument. Group 2, you get to go first. Continue the video once you've finished, okay? Make sure there is a spokesperson for each group, okay? You have a 5-minute group collaboration time, and then for 2 minutes, each group can present their stance. You don't have to use the full 2 minutes, but you can if you'd like. All right, I'm going to start the timer now. And I'm going to start it now. All right, groups. You each have a turn now to state your case. Hopefully, you thought of very good reasons as to why this is fair to Eddie for group 1 and group 2, why this is not fair for Eddie. Okay. You have 2 minutes. I'm not going to set a 2-minute timer for each group because you might not need that whole time. So once each group is finished, go ahead, group 2 go first, then group 1, and then continue the video when you are done. All right, now that you've thought about Eddie, let's think about Verizon. Think about the Verizon store that just had a phone shoplifted. Of course, it was returned, but I mean, what if something were to happen to it? What if it would have gotten broken or the screen cracked or something like that? Can they sell it as brand new anymore? I don't know. If it's out of the box, probably not. So is this fair to Verizon? Group 1, you say no. This is not fair to Verizon. Group 2, you're like, yeah, sure. Verizon's fine. Yes, this is fair to Verizon. Why? Maybe you need to look up some facts. Maybe you need to look up shoplifting laws in West Michigan. Do they differ from state to state? I don't know. Is there anything that you need to find on the internet to help you with your stance? Maybe you have a personal experience where you knew someone who shoplifted. Of course, heaven forbid, no one in Motor Shores Middle School has ever shoplifted, of course, but maybe you know someone who did, and you have a personal experience that you can add to the group. Now, you have 2.5 minutes to collaborate once again, but this time you only have 1 minute for each group to present your stance. Group 1, you go first this time, then group 2. Now, listen, if you don't need the full 2.5 minutes to collaborate, that's totally fine. We just want to give you enough time for everyone to share their ideas within the group, because they're pretty big groups there. So, go ahead and let everyone have a chance to share. But group 1, you do not think this is fair to Verizon. Group 2, you do think this is fair to Verizon. Please choose a new spokesperson for this second part of this debate. Remember, you have 1 minute timer for each group to present their stance. Okay? All right, I'm going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, timer is up. Now you have 1 minute for each group to share. Group one, go ahead and go first. Why is this not fair to Verizon? Group two, you can counter why it is. All right, you paused the video, you discussed Verizon, and now it's time to think about, is this situation fair to society? Now, think about it. Eddie stole the phone, it was returned to him. However, society, they pay for whatever phones are not brought back to the store. So if Eddie would have gotten away with it, society makes up for that by paying more for their cell phones. Now, Verizon has to make that choice, right? To charge the next 20 customers a little bit more money to make up for that phone. They have to make that choice, but it happens all the time. So, is this fair to society? On the flip side, Eddie is a part of society, right? So, Eddie is that collective group that sometimes makes a bad choice. And should Eddie have paid more than just a light scolding on the rump? Or should he have, you know, done paid for the phone itself, maybe? I don't know. Eddie is a part of society though, so it's something to think about. So is this fair to society? Is this system a good system? So group one, you think that this is fair to society. Group two, you do not think this is fair to society. You have a timed 30 seconds this time to collaborate with your group. You have 45 seconds this time. Sorry, you have 45 seconds to present your argument. Group two will go first. Continue the video once you have finished. When you have finished your debate on is this fair to society, so group two goes first, then group one, everyone can return to your seat and you may open your online notebook to the Justice Mini Debate slide. You can play my video once you are all there, ready to go. All right, you have 45 seconds to debate. Group two, go ahead and go first, followed by group one. Like I said before, open up that Justice Mini Debate slide when you are finished. All right, once you have your online notebook open and ready to go, you can go ahead and go down to slide number 3. So that's where your question of the day reflection goes, then Justice Mini Debate. We are looking at case A for now, okay? You are going to respond your own personal opinion. So I don't want the opinion of the group. I want you to form your own personal opinion. So was this fair to Eddie and why? What do you think? Now that you've heard both sides, maybe you're going to flip sides. Maybe you were saying before in your group this was not fair to Eddie, but now you're kind of thinking, no, I think it is fair to Eddie. If you were to ask me on the street, I'd say, yes, Eddie is golden. All right. So was it fair to Eddie and why? Was it fair to Verizon? Why? And was it fair to society? Why? All right, so this is all your personal opinions. Please don't just write yes or no. I'd like to see why or why not. Why is this fair to Eddie? Is it not? Same with Verizon, same with society. So go ahead and fill this out right now quietly and to yourselves. This is not group work. This is your own personal opinion.